Abu Sufyan then added, when Heraclius had finished his speech and had read the letter, there was a great hue and cry in the royal court. So we were turned out of the court. Told my companions that the question of Ibn Abi Qabsha, the Prophet, Muhammad, has become so prominent that even the king of Bani al-Asfar, Byzantine, is afraid of him. Then I started to become sure that he, the Prophet, would be the conqueror in the near future till I embraced Islam, i.e. Allah guided me to it. The sub-narrator adds, Ibn an-Nature was the governor of Leah, Jerusalem, and Heraclius was the head of the Christians of Sham. Ibn an-Nature narrates that once while Heraclius was visiting Ilya, Jerusalem, he got up in the morning with a sad mood. Some of his priests asked him why he was in that mood. Heraclius was a foreteller and an astrologer. He replied, at night when I looked at the stars, I saw that the leader of those who practice circumcision had appeared, become the conqueror. Who are they who practice circumcision? The people replied, except the Jews nobody practices circumcision, so you should not be afraid of them, Jews. Just issue orders to kill every Jew present in the country. While they were discussing it, a messenger sent by the king of Bisan to convey the news of Allah's messenger, to Heraclius was brought in. Having heard the news, he, Heraclius, ordered the people to go and see whether the messenger of Bisan was circumcised. The people, after seeing him, told Heraclius that he was circumcised. Heraclius then asked him about the Arabs. The messenger replied, Arabs also practice circumcision. After hearing that, Heraclius remarked that sovereignty of the Arabs had appeared. Heraclius then wrote a letter to his friend in Rome who was as good as Heraclius in knowledge. Heraclius then left for Homs, a town in Syrian, and stayed there till he received the reply of his letter from his friend who agreed with him in his opinion about the emergence of the Prophet, and the fact that he was a prophet. On that Heraclius invited all the heads of the Byzantines to assemble in his palace at Homs. When they assembled, he ordered that all the doors of his palace be closed. Then he came out and said, O Byzantines! If success is your desire and if you seek right guidance and want your empire to remain, then give a pledge of allegiance to this Prophet, i.e. embrace Islam. On hearing the views of Heraclius, the people ran towards the gates of the palace like onagers but found the doors closed. Heraclius realized their hatred towards Islam, and when he lost the hope of their embracing Islam, he ordered that they should be brought back in audience. When they returned, he said, what already said was just to test the strength of your conviction, and I have seen it. The people prostrated before him and became pleased with him, and this was the end of Heraclius' story, in connection with his faith. Narrated Ibn Umar. Allah's Messenger said, Islam is based on the following 5 principles. 1. To testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah and Muhammad is Allah's messenger. 2. To offer the compulsory congregational prayers dutifully and perfectly. 3. To pay zakat, i.e. obligatory charity. 4. To perform Hajj, i.e. pilgrimage to Mecca. 5. To observe fast during the month of Ramadan. Narrated Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, faith, belief, consists of more than 60 branches, i.e. parts. And Haya, this term Haya covers a large number of concepts which are to be taken together, amongst them are self-respect, modesty, bashfulness, and scruple, etc., is a part of faith. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr. The Prophet said, a Muslim is the one who avoids harming Muslims with his tongue and hands. And a Muhajir, emigrant, is the one who gives up, abandons, all what Allah has forbidden. Narrated Abu Musa. Some people asked Allah's Messenger, whose Islam is the best? I.e., who is a very good Muslim? He replied, one who avoids harming the Muslims with his tongue and hands. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr. A man asked the Prophet, what sort of deeds or what qualities of Islam are good? The Prophet replied, to feed the poor, and greet those whom you know and those whom you do not know. Narrated Anas. The Prophet said, none of you will have faith till he wishes for his Muslim brother what he likes for himself. Narrated Abu Hurairah. Allah's Messenger said, by him in whose hands my life is, none of you will have faith till he loves me more than his father and his children. Narrated Anas. The Prophet said, none of you will have faith till he loves me more than his father, his children and all mankind. Narrated Anas. The Prophet said, Whoever possesses the following three qualities will have the sweetness, delight, of faith. 1. The one to whom Allah and His Apostle becomes dearer than anything else. 2. Who loves a person and he loves him only for Allah's sake. 3. Who hates to revert to atheism, disbelief, as he hates to be thrown into the fire.